All right, so today we're diving deep into the world of Alex Aster.
Ooh, exciting.
And the future of her YA fantasy sensation, Lightlark.
Okay.
We've got excerpts from an ELE interview where she spills some secrets about the series, and trust me, things are about to get really interesting.
I'm ready.
So one of the big reveals is that there will be a fourth book.
Oh, wow. A fourth book.
Yeah, which is huge news considering the third book, Skyshade, is just coming out.
Right.
And we also got some juicy news about the Lightlark movie adaptation.
Ooh, tell me more.
Coming in 2025.
Okay.
We know there's a script and people are already attached to the project.
Wow, that's pretty far along.
Yeah, she's keeping things hush-hush for now, but that's just fueling the anticipation.
Absolutely. And speaking of anticipation,
Yeah.
the way Aster uses social media to connect with her fans, fans build buzz and even drop these little hints is fascinating.
Right.
It's like a masterclass in modern author marketing.
It really is.
Do you think this kind of direct engagement with fans changes the way authors write or approach their work?
That's a great question, and I think it's something we're seeing more and more of these days.
Yeah.
Look at how Lightlark exploded on TikTok. That viral pitch landed her a book deal.
I remember that.
And propelled her to instant stardom, 1 million copies sold later.
Wow.
She's navigating this incredible success while dealing with the pressures of online fame.
Right.
And the ever-present industry plant accusations.
Oh, yeah. Those accusations are interesting to unpack, don't you think?
Definitely.
It kind of speaks to a larger conversation about who gets to succeed in creative fields and how online success can sometimes be met with suspicion, especially when it seems to happen so quickly.
Absolutely. And she even chose to use a pen name, wanting the work to stand on its own merit.
I could see that.
But even that decision became a point of discussion online.
Wow.
Imagine putting your heart and soul into a story only to have people question your authenticity.
Oof. Yeah, that's got to be tough.
On top of that, she's dealing with the constant demands of social media. In the interview, she admitted that she works 7 days a week writing and creating content.
It's exhausting just thinking about it.
It really is.
It really highlights the double-edged sword of social media, doesn't it?
It does.
On the one hand, it allows authors like Aster to connect directly with readers, build a fan base, and even control the narrative around their work.
Yeah.
But it also blurs the lines between personal and professional life, leading to burnout and immense pressure to constantly perform.
Definitely.
I wonder if this is something you grapple with.
Oh, absolutely.
Trying to find that balance between staying connected and protecting your well-being while pursuing your passion.
It's a struggle many of us face in this digital age. How do we stay engaged without getting overwhelmed? How do we prioritize our mental health while striving for our goals?
Yeah,
It's something I think about a lot, especially when I see someone like Aster who's achieved this phenomenal success, but also had to make tough choices to manage the demands of her online life.
It's inspiring and kind of a cautionary tale all at the same time.
Definitely. So now let's shift gears a bit and delve into Skyshade and the evolution of Isla Crown.
Okay.
Aster describes her as taking control of her fate, deciding that fate should fear me.
Ooh, that's good.
This suggests a significant shift in her character arc. We see her becoming more proactive, more defiant.
I like.
It makes you wonder what led to this transformation.
Yeah.
In the first 2 books, she's reacting to the circumstances of the curse, trying to survive the deadly competition.
Right.
But now it seems like she's ready to fight back, even if it means breaking the rules.
She's not playing around anymore.
Not at all.
This reminds me of other coming-of-age stories where characters reach a point where they're no longer content to be pawns in someone else's game.
Right.
They start questioning authority, challenging the status quo, and forging their own path, even if it's fraught with danger.
Yeah.
It's a classic trope, but it's always so compelling to witness.
It really is, and in Isla's case, this newfound agency comes with some serious foreshadowing.
Oh.
Aster hints at a love or death scenario, saying that there will be endings that not everyone will love.
Ooh, that's intense.
That's pretty intense, right? It seems like someone might actually die, and heartbreak is almost guaranteed.
Those are pretty heavy implications, especially considering the love triangle that's been simmering throughout the series.
Right.
Who will Isla choose, and what will be the ultimate cost of her decision?
Big question.
These are the questions that keep readers hooked and fuel the passionate fan theories online. I bet you have some theories yourself.
Oh, of course I do, but I'm trying to stay open-minded and see where Aster takes us.
Yeah.
It's clear she's not afraid to make bold choices and subvert expectations.
And knowing her track record, it's going to be good.
And considering how invested fans are in these characters, it's going to be interesting to see how they react to whatever twists and turns she throws their way.
Definitely the online fandom is going to explode.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what makes it so fascinating. She's created a world where love and death are intertwined, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
Couldn't agree more.
Each decision has a ripple effect, and Isla's choices have the potential to not only shape her own destiny, but also the fate of entire realms.
Talk about pressure. I don't know how she handles it, but I'm definitely hooked and ready to see what happens next.
Me too. Buckle up, everyone. This is going to be a wild ride. So we left off talking about Isla's transformation in Skyshade. She's taking control, declaring that fate should fear me. But, these actions likely come at a cost.
Yeah, it's such a powerful statement, and it really sets the stage for a thrilling climax. But what I find so intriguing is that Aster also emphasized Isla's growth throughout the series.
Right?
She's not just a pawn in this game anymore. She's making conscious decisions, even if they're incredibly difficult ones.
This whole idea of choice and consequence.
Yeah.
It's something that resonates far beyond the pages of a fantasy novel, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. We're constantly facing choices in our own lives.
Right.
Weighing our desires against the potential impact on others. It's a constant balancing act.
Totally. And it's that element of realism. Even within a fantastical setting that makes these stories so relatable.
For sure. But back to Lightlark. We're dealing with a love-or-death situation.
Right.
And knowing Isla's newfound determination, it makes you wonder what sacrifices she's willing to make.
Yeah.
Is she prepared to choose between love and her destiny?
And how will those closest to her react to those choices?
Exactly.
The love triangle adds another layer of complexity to this whole dilemma.
It does.
Who will be left heartbroken, and how will that impact the events of the fourth book?
So many questions.
Aster has masterfully woven this web of interconnected relationships.
She really has.
Any shift in the balance is bound to have a ripple effect.
And speaking of balance, Aster has definitely created a world with a very delicate balance of power.
Right.
Even the magic system with its unique curses and abilities tied to each realm seems carefully constructed.
Yeah, every detail serves a purpose.
Exactly, which makes Isla's rebellion against fate all the more significant. She's disrupting the established order, and that's bound to create chaos.
Big time.
The question is, can she control that chaos, or will it consume her?
That's a good question. It reminds me of that classic line.
What's that?
Be careful what you wish for.
Oh, yeah.
Isla might get what she wants, but at what price?
Right. And let's not forget about the looming movie adaptation.
Oh, yes, the movie.
We know there's a script and people attached.
I can't wait to hear more.
But the details are still shrouded in secrecy.
Well, the fact that they're already moving forward with the adaptation really speaks volumes about the popularity of the series.
It does.
Fantasy adaptations are huge right now.
They are?
But so many get trapped in development hell, as they say.
That's true.
I'm so curious to see how they'll handle the intricate world building and translate those visuals to the screen.
Oh, the visual possibilities are endless.
I know, right?
The realms, the costumes, the magical creatures, it's a visual feast waiting to happen.
And then there's the casting. Finding actors who can embody the intensity and complexity of these characters.
Right.
That's going to be crucial.
Casting is always a hot topic for book-to-film adaptations.
Always.
Fans have such strong opinions about who should play their favorite characters.
Oh, my God.
Who do you picture as Isla and her love interests?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm sure our listeners have some strong opinions on that as well.
I can already imagine the fan casting debates raging online.
Me too. But speaking of strong opinions, there's another detail from the ALL interview that I found particularly interesting.
Okay, what's that?
Aster mentioned that she's working on an adult romance novel.
Really?
That will give readers a glimpse into her own voice and thoughts.
That's an intriguing tidbit.
It is.
It suggests that even though she writes fantasy, there's a part of her that connects deeply with the real-world themes of contemporary romance.
Yeah.
Perhaps we'll see some of those themes reflected in her future fantasy work as well.
Maybe there's a part of Aster that sees herself in Isla, navigating complex relationships and searching for love amidst chaos and uncertainty.
Right.
It's a universal human experience, after all, even in a world of magic and prophecies.
It's those universal themes that make stories like Lightlark resonate with readers of all ages.
So true.
We're all drawn to tales of love loss, courage, and the struggle to define our own destinies.
For sure.
And within those tales, we often find reflections of our own lives and aspirations.
That's so true. And I think that's one of the reasons why Lightlark has become such a phenomenon.
Yep.
It's not just a fantasy adventure. It's a story about finding your voice, making tough choices, and facing the consequences of those choices.
And at its heart, it's a story about love.
Yeah.
A love that challenges fate, defies boundaries, and ultimately shapes the destiny of an entire world.
Now that's a powerful statement.
It is, but amidst all this talk about love and destiny, let's not forget that Aster warned us.
Right.
Not everyone will love the ending of Lightlark.
Yeah, what does she mean by that?
And what does it tell us about the challenges of writing a series with such passionate fans?
It's a good question.
That statement has certainly sparked a lot of speculation and anxiety among readers.
For sure.
It suggests that Aster isn't afraid to make bold choices, even if they alienate a portion of her readership.
We ended last time on that kind of cryptic warning from Aster about the ending of Lightlark, an ending that not everyone will love.
It's really been haunting me.
Me too. What could it possibly mean?
Yeah, like what could be so controversial, so unexpected,
that
it would divide her readership?
It's a big statement to make.
It is. So let's look at what we know.
Okay.
We know Isla's taking charge, defying fate, and her actions likely carry some pretty hefty consequences.
Yeah, and we can't forget that love or death foreshadowing.
Oh, right.
The stakes are incredibly high, not just for Isla, but for the whole world.
Yeah.
Could she be forced to make an impossible choice?
Ooh.
Sacrificing her own happiness or even the life of someone she loves?
No, that would be daring.
Right.
A real departure from the predictable happily ever after.
Yeah.
That we so often see in YA fantasy.
Totally. Could this be the reason for the divided reactions she's anticipating?
It's definitely possible.
Food for thought.
Sure.
Imagine the online uproar, the heated debates among fans.
It would be intense.
It would, but I actually think it speaks to Aster's courage as a writer.
In what way?
Well, she's not afraid to take risks,
Right.
to explore the complexities of human nature, even if it means challenging her readers' expectations.
It's a good point. I think it's refreshing, honestly.
Yeah.
In the world of YA fantasy, where tropes and formulas can sometimes feel so predictable.
I agree. She's really tapping into a desire for more nuanced storytelling.
Yeah.
Especially among younger audiences.
Right. They're not just looking for escapism anymore.
Exactly. They're craving stories that reflect the complexities of the real world, stories that grapple with difficult choices and their consequences.
And she's doing it within a world that's both magical and relatable.
Right.
The magic system that curses the realms.
Yeah.
It's also intricately woven into the fabric of this world. But they also serve as metaphors for very human struggles.
Like the curse that plagues each realm. It could be interpreted as a representation of societal pressures or internal struggle.
Exactly. It's those layers of meaning that elevate the story beyond just a simple fantasy adventure.
Absolutely. And by creating characters who are flawed and make mistakes, who are forced to confront difficult truths about themselves and the world around them, she's inviting her readers to do the same.
I think that's a testament to her skill as a storyteller.
It is.
She's not just entertaining. She's sparking critical thinking and meaningful conversations among her readers.
That's so powerful.
It really is. So it'll be interesting to see how these themes play out in the fourth book.
For sure.
Will Isla's choices lead to a resolution that satisfies everyone? Or will she have to make sacrifices that leave some readers heartbroken and questioning the very nature of heroism?
Whatever the outcome, I have a feeling it's going to be an ending we won't soon forget.
Absolutely.
One that sticks with us and continues to spark discussions long after we've turned that final page.
Well, while we wait for the next chapter in the Lightlark saga, we can always revisit the source material, analyze those clues, and speculate about what twists and turns might lie ahead.
Exactly. Keep those theories coming.
Yes.
And in the meantime, happy reading, everyone.